Imagine a social network built for you, not for profit. Imagen Network puts control back in your hands, combining AI-driven personalization with blockchain-backed ownership. Your data, your content, your rules. Create stunning content, build genuine connections, and monetize your work, all in a decentralized, transparent platform where privacy is prioritized. Ready to experience social networking reimagined? Join Imagen.network today and take control of your digital world. Imagen Network, empowering connections, redefining ownership.
Click the link at the top line of the description box.
For sure, if you want to advertise on this channel and put your business, your product, or your service right where that video was, email me right now, ogod@hiphopun.com. That's ogod@hiphopun.com. I'm working with all budgets for the month of July, so hit me today. Let's get it going. The link is right there, ogod@hiphopun.com. Hit me up to advertise on this channel. So I want to, talk about this breaking story today. Sex act with one. So, all right, so let's talk about, this. So Megan Thee Stallion is some deep, what, right? So she's going to be in court. She has to fight this lawsuit from a former employee named Emilio Garcia. Now, the judge ruled today, that the lawsuit, that there was enough evidence for the lawsuit to continue to proceed through litigation. Now, Garcia, who's a former assistant that worked with Megan Thee Stallion, presented evidence to support his claim. He pretty much claimed that he had to endure a hostile working environment allegedly tied to his sexual orientation. Now, Garcia, who was an openly gay male, alleges that while working with Megan Thee Stallion, he was subjected to repeated mistreatment that includes an incident that he detailed in 2022 in Ibiza, where the rapper allegedly engaged in a sex act with another woman in his presence. Now, the lawsuit, which was also filed actually a year ago, April 2024, also claimed that she attempted to assault him with the remote and made demeaning comments about his physical appearance. Now, according to Garcia, these actions were intentionally directed at him because of his sexuality. Now, Judge Woods noted in his ruling that Garcia plausibly, and this is his quote, his words, plausibly pleased that the alleged sexual encounter in the SUV in Ibiza created a hostile work environment based on plaintiff's sexual orientation. Now, the judge elaborated on Garcia's assertion that Pete, who was Megan, as you know, Megan Pete, aka Megan Thee Stallion, would not have engaged in group sex with other women in front of a heterosexual male. That Pete felt comfortable engaging in group sex with other women in front of plaintiffs because of his sexuality and gender. Now, Judge Woods concluded this is not an unreasonable inference to draw from the facts alleged. Therefore, plaintiff has plausibly pleaded that he experienced the alleged inferior conditions of his employment on account of his sexual orientation. Garcia also made claims after raising concerns about the incident that he was met with retaliatory actions by Megan Thee Stallion and her team, including cuts to his hours and pay, and ultimately terminating him. He also alleged that he was blackballed, not able to get any more work in the industry as a result of this situation. Megan Thee Stallion, who is a part of Roc Nation, if they cannot come to a settlement, this will ultimately go to trial. Now, I'm going to give you the other side. I want to be right. Now, Megan Thee Stallion and her representatives have forcefully, denied the accusations, branding Garcia as a con artist and claiming this lawsuit is an entirety of falsehoods, misrepresentations of fact, and outlandish claims that have no basis in fact on law or merit. So that's Megan, their side of the story. And unfortunately, I don't know if this stuff, can be true or not. The judge, felt like there was enough evidence presented to continue to pursue this. So that tells you that it has to be something there. Now, what will happen with this case? A lot of people don't understand that. A lot I don't know the percentage, but it has to be upward of 90 something percent of cases are settled simply because people do not want to go through the costly cost of litigation, where you could be paying a lawyer anywhere from 100 on the low end, 150 to 4 to 5 to 6 to $700 per hour, depending on the type of litigation and the type of man hours that these lawyers have to put in. So what you do is your lawyer might give you a figure. You say, all right, I need 500,000 for this case. Megan says, okay, what is this? Then, the lawyers talk. Okay, what is your client looking for? Well, he wants 200,000, 250. I don't know if there's a number on it, right? Let's just say, all right, shit, he wants 250. Look, I'll offer him 100. Nah, 100 is not enough. All right, I'll offer you 100, 120. Not enough. All right, I'll take 150. All right, then we settle. Then that's that. We close the case. Right? So this is what happens with a lot of cases, because that doesn't mean that you're guilty. It just means you count the cost. Like, I'm not, it was a rumor out there that Diddy was paying $1 million per month for lawyers. I believe it, because they are some costly bastards. And I mean, I guess they're worth every penny, depending on the situation. As long as you get a good one, they're definitely worth it. Because they're going to fight with you, hopefully, with the law. So this is a sticky situation, man. And just know, if you get any type of fame and fortune, you're going to deal with lawsuits, whether they be frivolous, whether they have merit to them. That's just what it is. To me, I don't look at Megan like she's guilty. None of that. I don't like what she represents, but I don't have nothing against her personally. I don't like her image of what she represents to the community and to young women and men. But it is what it is. Let she doing her thing. She's getting her money. This comes with the territory. We've made many videos, had many people talking about, her representation and what she means, and, how she moves, and, that's just her orientation of what she, decides to do, man. And, at the end of the day, people just want to get the bag. I get it. Trust me. They trying to get the bag. So but I want to hear what you guys think in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. How you think this is going to turn out, this whole situation with Megan Thee Stallion, and her former employee that says that, look, she was, freaking off in front of me on some not no Diddy type stuff, but I mean, if it was the case, that I guess there's merit to it. We'll see. But 9 times out of 10, this case settles. We probably don't hear anything about it because of settlement terms. We will hear that they settled, but we probably will not get the terms of the settlement, because they will probably be, not hidden, but not available to the public. So we'll definitely keep you updated, when there's another update available for that particular situation. As I stated at the beginning of the video, before we go live, before we drop a video, you have the opportunity to get your brand or your music, right, or your product or your service in front of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people by emailing me right now, ogod@hiphopviewing.com. Advertising is open, so get your slot right now. You see advertisements, not only YouTube advertisements, but our own personal advertisements that we do. We allow people to come on and do their thing and advertise, their products and service. And we have repeat customers. Shout out to my man, King. This is like his 14th month, I think, probably longer than that, but 14 months straight advertising with us. The Ticket Plug has been with us. A few other people have definitely, been with us as well. So I definitely, appreciate you guys. As I get to the next story, and I got a dope collab coming up real soon, man. Real soon.